5 seconds. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi is also known as Mahatma Gandhi is considered to be the father of this country in the fight for independence against British rule. He was the leader of the nationalist movement. He was an Indian lawyer, political ethics, anti-colonial nationalist writer, and a kind-hearted person. Mahatma Gandhi was born on October 2nd, the year 1869, in a place named Probandar, Gujarat, in northwest India. He was born in a Hindu Modh family. His father, Karamchand Gandhi, was a political figure and also the chief minister of Probandar. His mother name was Putli Bai. Gandhi was the fourth wife of his father. Previous wives died during childbirth. Gandhi was born in a Vaishya family. That's why from an early age of life he learned a lot of things such as non-injury to living beings, tolerance and vegetarianism. In May 1883, he was 13-year-old when he got married to a girl named Kasturba Makhanji who was also 13-year-old. This marriage was arranged by their parents. They together had four sons: Harilal 1888, Manilal 1892, Ramdas 1897, Devdas 1900. In this essay of Mahatma Gandhi, let's know about Mahatma Gandhi education. Probandar did not have enough chance of education. All the children in schools use write in dust with their fingers. However, he was lucky that his father became the chief minister of another city named Rajkot. He was average in education. At the age of 13, he lost a year at school due to marriage. He was not a shining student in the classroom or playground, but he always obeyed the given order by elders. That's why, like other kids, he did not go through all the teenage life. He wanted to eat meat but never did because of their parents' beliefs. In the year of 1887, Gandhiji passed the matriculation examination from the University of Bombay and joined a college in Bhavnagar named Samaldas College. It was clear for him by then that if he has to maintain his family tradition and become a high office working person in the state of Gujarat, he would have to become a barrister. At the age of 18, he was offered to continue his studies in London and he was not very happy at Samal Das College, so he accepted the offer and sailed to London in September 1888. After reaching London, he was having difficulty understanding the culture and understanding the English language. Some days after arrival, he joined a law college named Inner Temple, which was one of the four London law colleges. The transformation of changing life from a city to India, studying in a college in England, was not easy for him, but he took his study very seriously and started to brush up his English and Latin. His vegetarianism became a very problematic subject for his as everyone around him as eating meat, and he started to feel embarrassed. Some of his new friends in London said some of the things like not eating meat will make him weak physically and mentally. But eventually he found a vegetarian restaurant and a book that helped him understand the reason to become a vegetarian. From childhood, he wanted to eat meat himself but never did because of his parents. But now, in London, he was convicted that he finally embraced vegetarianism and never again thought of eat meat. After some time, he became an active member of the society called London Vegetarian Society and started to attend all the conferences and journals. In England, not only Gandhi met food fetists but also met some men and women who had vast knowledge about Bhagavad Gita, Bible, Mahabharata, etc. From them, he learned a lot about Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, and many others. Many people who met were rebels, not supporting the Victorian establishment. From these people, Gandhi slowly absorbed politics, personality, and more importantly, ideas. He passed his study from England and became a barrister, but there was some painful news was waiting for him back at home in India. In January 1891, Gandhiji's mother died while Gandhi was still in London. He came back to India in July 1891 and started to begin the legal career, but he lost his very first case in India. He soon realized that the legal profession was heavily overcrowded and he changed his path. He then was offered to be a teacher in Bombay High School, but he turned it down and returned to Rajkot. With the dream of living a good life, he started to draft petitions for litigants, which soon ended with the dissatisfaction of a local British officer. Fortunately, in the year 1893, he got an offer to go to Natal, South Africa, and work there in an Indian farm for 1 year as it was a contract basis. South Africa was waiting with a lot of challenges and opportunities for him. From there, he started to grow a new leaf. In South Africa, two of his four sons were born. He had to face many difficulties there too. Once he was advocating for his clients and he had to flee from the court because he was so nervous. He was not able to talk properly, but the bigger problem was waiting for him as he had to face racial discrimination in South Africa. In the journey from Durban to Pretoria, he faced a lot from being asked to take off the turban in a court to travel on a car footboard to make room for European passenger, but he refused. He was beaten by a taxi driver and thrown out of a first class compartment, but these instances made him strong and gave him the strength to fight for justice. He started to educate others about their rights and duties. When he learned about a bill to deprive Indians of the rights to vote, it was that time when others begged him to take up the fight on behalf of them. Eventually, at the age of 25 in July 1894, he became a proficient political campaigner. He drafted petitions and got them signed by hundreds of compatriots. He was not able to stop the bill but succeeded in drawing the attention of the public in Natal, England, and India. He then built many societies in Durban. He planted the seed spirit of solidarity in the Indian community. Very well known newspapers of that time, such as the Time of London and the Statesman and Englishman of Calcutta, were writing about him. From his success could be measured. He began to wear white Indian dhoti in the time period, which later became his trademark. He started a non-violent protest against tax, also known as Satyagraha, where he led a march with more than 2,000 people, and later he was arrested and for 9 months he was in prison.